Hey guys, it's Elena.
And it's Candace.
And you're listening to Cousins on Crime. Hi.
It's gonna be May.
Yeah.
Me and Lena were just talking about the fact that, Patreon's due Friday.
Mm-hmm. Candace has work to do.
Is she gonna pull it off? I don't know. It's gonna be May. I didn't know it was gonna be May. I didn't know.
Oh.
And
it just crept up.
Right. And I walked in to get the girls today at school, and one of the teachers said, "Oh, we've rescheduled Splash Day." And I said, "Oh." And I just was like, "When is Splash Day?" When was the original date? She goes, "It's going to be next week." And I was like, "Okay, great." Because there's just so much that I cannot think about something unless it's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Is just where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's not who I am to my core.
Right.
It's just, that's my survival mode at this moment.
Every life has a season.
Seasons. There you go.
You're in a season right now.
Turn. I'm like Kelly Clarkson. I'm just going to sing. This is my show.
Do it.
And I'm just going to sing.
I think you should. It'll be a lot more interesting.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find some opportunities to sing throughout the episode. I'm sure everyone will appreciate that.
I will.
How was your day?
It was good. I worked and then I went and got my teeth cleaned,
Nice.
Being a good adult.
Yes. As you should.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So my teeth feel really good right now.
Yeah. Are you a little sore? I always feel like they go ham on me, on my gums.
She was poking me good.
Yeah.
I was like, why do you got to do that?
Because they want to see if you got gingivitis. They're trying to see how pokey your gums are.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, ease off. This is just a cleaning. You're supposed to be polishing and things.
Exactly. But no, they're fine. They just feel good.
Okay. Well, good for you. I have to go have my procedure with my little blue pill in a couple of weeks.
Oh, shoot.
I can't wait. I'm not excited for waking up to the fact that I have a post in my bone.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys,
it's gonna hurt.
Here's the thing. This is gross. I hope you're not eating. I had a root canal on one of my back teeth when I was a teenager, probably. Because all my root canals seems like they were in high school or after high school because I just have soft teeth. Anyways, so I had a root canal on that tooth. I had a crown on it. The crown was breaking apart. I ignored it because
that's what we do. That's what we do.
What am I going to do? So anyway, I just let it fall apart and fall off, and it brought what little tooth I had under there down with it.
Oh.
So they're going to have to put a fake tooth, like an implant in there, because apparently I'm 82 years old and that's where I'm at in life. So
how long do these last? For the rest of your life?
It better, because
you
better do.
We can't be doing that again.
No, I won't be doing that. Well, actually, I hope not. I have many other teeth that I've had root canals on.
Oh, man.
So let's hope those crowns hold up.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, well.
And this was dental hygiene with Candace and Elena.
I hope you enjoyed. We'll stop talking about teeth now.
Okay. You want to just get into the story?
Yeah.
I think people would appreciate that.
Yeah, because I don't really have anything else to talk about at the moment.
Regarding your teeth?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
I thought you farted.
It was not a fart.
Lena's mouth is so clean it farted.
My mouth is squeaky. I hope that got on camera.
I'm leaving that in.
I hope that got on the mic.
Oh, blessed be.
Okay. Apparently.
Don't be flopping your gums, your lips too fast.
I'll try not to.
Oh
my goodness.
Oh, man.
Today, I'm taking you to December 22nd of 1990.
Oh, okay.
At a mountain cabin near Beaver Springs in Oakley, Utah.
This sounds good, but I don't think it's going to be good.
Probably not. Yeah. There's going to be some heartbreakers in here. The Tiedes lived in Texas, Houston, around the Houston area. In 1990, Rolf Tiede was 51. He provided for his family well and made sure that they had fun in life. His wife, Kaye, was 49. She was the kind of mom that baked cookies and was nurturing and fun.
Me, basically.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be you.
Kaye's mother, Beth Potts, was 76. She was independent and loved being with her family.
Mrs. Potts.
Isn't that so cute?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She was a lovely lady.
Aww.
Rolf and Kaye had 2 daughters, Lene, who was 20 at the time, and Trisha was 16. The family was vacationing at their cabin in the mountains of Oakley, Utah, just as they did so many times before. It was Christmas time. It was cold.
My gosh.
There was snow. It was very remote with forest all around. Kaye loved Christmas at the cabin.
I was just thinking, I bet they cherished Christmas every year. They were in a snow globe, right?
Exactly.
Practically.
Yeah. That's exactly how I envision it.
Yeah.
Much like every spring break we would go to the cabins in Mississippi, and we looked forward to that every year, spring break. But this is their Christmas vacation. Wow. They planned to decorate the Christmas tree and sled and just enjoy family time. This cabin was so remote that the best way to get to it was by a snowmobile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. As they were unable to drive their car through the snow, they had a shed where they parked the snowmobiles when they weren't there. So when they got around the mountain, they would park the car in the shed and then get the snowmobiles and drive the 4 miles to the cabin.
Whoa.
So very remote. The family arrived and got their things situated and ready for their time there and all the Christmas festivities. Festivities. Well, there you go, Candace.
Be mature. Come on.
On December 22nd, they needed a few things and decided to go into town to Salt Lake City. I think that was the closest.
Really?
Yeah. So upon arriving back to the cabin after going into town, Lene and her mother and grandmother were grouped together, and Rolf and Trisha would arrive back shortly after them.
Okay.
Lene and her grandmother were on one snowmobile, and her mom was following behind them on another. As soon as they reached the cabin, Lene jumped off to try and hurry to get inside. Her hands were freezing.
Oh, man.
And all she could think about was to get some hot water to put her hands under.
Oh, man.
So she's like, I'm going to run in, warm up my hands, and then I'll come back and help unload all the groceries or whatever they had just bought from town.
They're like, girl, where are you going?
Yeah. She's like, I'll be right back. So she runs up the steps to the cabin, and when she opened the door, she saw a gray figure behind the refrigerator.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, she was met with a man coming out from behind the refrigerator wearing a gray sweatshirt, and he had frizzy hair, and he was pointing a revolver right at her.
Oh my gosh.
He demanded that she get in the cabin. Just then, a second man came from the bedroom pointing another gun at her.
Oh my Lord Jesus. That is so scary.
They were asking Lene who all and how many people were with her. She told them it was just her and her mom and her handicapped grandmother. Kaye and Beth eventually made their way into the cabin, and they were met with the same shock. Kaye tried to de-escalate the situation and asked, like, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you here? This irritated the men. They just raised the gun and shot Kaye right in the chest.
No.
And then
oh my gosh.
they turned and shot Beth in the head.
Oh my God, Mrs. Potts.
Yes. And so Lene is standing there like she
just wanted to warm her hands.
And then she sees her mom and then her sweet little Grams.
Oh my gosh. I cannot even.
Yeah. And she knew, I mean, she's like, my dad and my sister's about to arrive. Like, what is she going to do? I can only imagine what's all going through her head. So the rest of Lene's family arrived to the cabin. Rolf and Trisha walked in to find a man with his arm wrapped around Lene's neck and a gun pointing into her back. The other man jumped out wearing a ski mask this time, telling them to be quiet. Mr. Tiede asked, what do you guys need? Like he's doing the same thing that
Kaye did, and he's just like trying to see if he can solve the issue.
Right, exactly. So that their same idea is to de-escalate.
Mm-hmm.
So like what do you want? And Trisha said, do you want money? Dad, give them money. And so he like slowly reaches into his coat, pulls out his wallet, and he's like tossing the money to them. Here, take it. The guy that was holding Lene demanded that the guy with the ski mask shoot Rolf.
Oh my gosh.
The guy in the ski mask pointed the gun, but his hand started shaking. Like you could tell that he was like, do I want to do this?
Nervous.
Yeah. Trisha said you can tell he was having a hard time pulling the trigger. So I don't know if he was nervous or just like couldn't pull the trigger. I don't know. So the man holding Lene reached out from behind Lene's back and pointed the gun at Rolf. He pulled the trigger twice, but the gun misfired.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But the third time, the trigger didn't miss. Mr. Tiede was shot.
Oh no.
At that moment, Lene and Trisha, they ran to each other and just grabbed each other and held each other tight. Trisha asked, like, what about Mom? What about Grams? And Lene had to tell her that they both were dead.
Oh my gosh. So I guess were they in a different part of the house? They hadn't seen them?
Yeah, that I don't know. I think they were...
Maybe they came in a different way or something.
Yeah, I don't know that detail. I'm sorry.
Oh my Lord.
Sorry about that. Trisha went into survival mode. She's the 16-year-old. I mean, once she went into survival mode, it was like they just like bonded together and was like, okay, we'll get through this. So this fire lit inside of Trisha, and she told Lene it's going to be okay. The sisters came up with a plan to get through this alive. They knew they just had to do what they were told. The men demanded that they help them load the snowmobiles. And so while one man was prepping the snowmobiles with the girls and getting whatever supplies they wanted, the other doused the cabin with gasoline.
No.
With the gas cans that the Tiedes kept at the cabin for the snowmobiles.
Oh my gosh. This is horrifying.
It's awful.
Oh my Lord.
It's a nightmare. Like
an actual nightmare, yes.
So he doused the cabin with gasoline and he set it on fire.
Oh no.
The men made Lene get on one snowmobile and Trisha get on the other, and each gunman got behind the girls and told them to drive to the road. Their goal was to get to the family car to get away.
Okay. On
the way to the road, they passed their Uncle Randy.
Oh?
Randy thought to himself, oh, it's the girls. Oh, wow, they brought boyfriends with them. And
Oh
so he's
my
waving,
gosh.
walking towards them, waving.
No.
And the girls,
They're like, no.
Yeah.
No.
even though the girls weren't right next to each other, it was like they just knew what the other was thinking.
Yeah.
Like they knew at that moment they could not stop
Just
and talk.
ignore him.
Yeah. They acted like they didn't even know him, or else he could get caught up in this and
He
got
would
killed.
be dead.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. So they just looked straight ahead and kept driving by him.
Oh my
and
gosh, they saved his life.
Yes. One of the men asked, like, who was that? And I think it was Trisha told him, oh, maybe some guy that just lives around here.
Mhm.
Like she was so smart.
Wow.
So they made it to the shed down at the road where they kept the car. And the girls were trying to hurry to get the guys out of there. Once the men got to the car, they made Lene and Trisha get in the car with them.
Oh no.
As they were leaving in the car, their Uncle Randy saw them again and tried waving them down, but the girls, did not acknowledge him. One man was driving, and I think the other man was in the back seat. I'm not sure how the girls were sitting, if one was in the front seat or if they both were in the back seat together. I don't know that detail, but Randy's trying to wave him down. And I mean, this concerned him when they again did not acknowledge him. I mean, he thought to himself, my nieces would not ignore me. Like, something is wrong. Trisha got the idea to tell the guys that she needed to use the restroom. She had the inkling that if she could just keep them from getting too far, that her uncle would be able to help them faster. She's like, surely he knows something's wrong.
You never want to go to the second location.
No.
Just kill me right there.
Yeah. So the men stopped at the gas station for her to go in, and they threatened her that if she did anything dumb, that they would hurt Lene.
She's so smart.
Yeah. And so for some reason, though, the men didn't feel comfortable stopping at this first gas station. They're like, no, I don't like this. We need to go down the road. So they didn't let her out. They went down the road to the next gas station that they could find. As they drove, a police car passed them, going really fast, and the driver started freaking out. He's saying, there's a cop, and the guy in the back seat was telling him, calm down, it's just a cop, like, just act normal. But then they realized that the cop was coming for them. The police car flipped a U-turn and started following their car. The guy in the back is telling the driver, you idiot, were you speeding? Like,
no, you just murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that.
Yeah.
Instead?
He really thought he was going to be getting away.
Oh my Lord.
Then they see a second police car in pursuit of them.
Wow.
The driver stepped on the gas, flying down this little road through the mountains, through the small towns. He was honking his horn at people to get out of his way as he was driving about 100 miles per hour.
Oof.
Lene said she just ducked down and covered her head with her coat. Like,
what else would you do?
Yeah. But on the slick road, they came to a turn or a curve in the road. They lost control and slid into a gas station.
Oh.
I don't know if it was like they just slid the car into, or like if they hit the gas station, but that's the wording they used. They slid into the gas station.
Okay.
The police cars surrounded the vehicle, and as the police start to approach, the gunmen tell the police, get back, we have hostages. And he raised a gun, showing that he's serious.
Oh no.
The police backed away as to try to de-escalate, and the driver started driving the car down a ravine. But because the snow and the slick conditions,
I was about to say,
he lost control, and the car turned backwards and started just sliding down this embankment and crashed into the ravine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So when the car stopped, and Lene just pops her head up out from under her coat, and she saw a police officer pointing his gun towards her, and she's like, no, it's me and my sister. And then the sisters were able to get rescued from the car.
Wow.
The officers helped them out of the car and walked them to safety. The girls walked by the gunmen as they were being arrested. and the men were on their knees. And so Lene, she said, as she walked by them, she begged the officers to shoot the men. She said, "They just murdered my mom and my grams and my dad. Shoot them right now." Like,
I would.
yeah.
I'd spit in their face.
Yeah. The sisters were taken to the police station where they were reunited with their Uncle Randy.
Uncle Randy.
Isn't he awesome?
He's amazing.
Yeah. Randy told the girls that their dad was still alive.
No.
Yes. I know. Chills, right?
Oh my gosh.
And he was rushed to the hospital. So
oh my gosh.
The girls learned that just a minute after Randy saw them driving away, their dad came driving up to Randy on the snowmobile. At first glance, Randy didn't realize it was his brother, Rolf.
Mm-hmm.
He just noticed that it was a man, some man without a coat, no helmet, no gloves, and he could see that the man was bleeding. His face and his eyes were swollen. And when he got closer, Randy's like, "Oh my gosh, that's my brother."
He was shot in the head?
Yeah. So he's like, he didn't recognize him. And then so Rolf was desperately trying to tell him that Kaye and Beth had been shot and Lene and Trisha were kidnapped. Randy and Rolf immediately got into Randy's car. And as Rolf got in the back seat and laid down, and Randy was driving. He grabbed his cell phone, 1990 cell phone.
God, I love him.
I know. And he called 911. He tried over and over again to get a signal in the mountains, Finally, the call went through, and he asked for help to save his brother and his nieces. He told them that he was following the car. He had found
my gosh,
the Lincoln.
He caught up to them?
The family car. He found it, and he was following.
Oh, that's right, because it was the family car.
Yeah.
But of course.
And so thank God for Trisha saying she needed to use the restroom. Them slowing down, stopping at that first gas station allowed Randy to catch up. I don't think they realized that this car was following them.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So he's telling the police, okay, they turned here or wherever they were going. But Randy's cell phone signal died in the middle of the call. So he pulled over to the nearest gas station and used the payphone to call 911 again. And he told police everything that he knew and asked for a medical helicopter to come and get his brother. When the girls got to see their dad the next day, he had bandages all over his head, but they could see his blue eyes, his sweet, loving blue eyes. And Rolf recovered.
Wow.
So Rolf was able to tell them his perspective of the events. Their dad had been set on fire while he was playing dead. So he was shot in the face, and
oh my good God.
Yeah, apparently he knew what was going on.
I'm just going to go with it.
He just laid there.
I'm just going to pretend like I'm dead here.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He was set on fire, and as soon as he realized the attackers were gone and took his daughters, he got up, he hurried to the shower and extinguished the fire off of his body. And then he made his way to the snowmobile and hurried to Randy. I mean, could you imagine the determination of this dad? Being shot.
Oh my gosh.
Burned and wet now and freezing in the cold snow.
Oh my gosh.
And the wind going through this, driving the snowmobile. But he had to save his girls.
Randy and Rolf, the brothers. They need to make, they'll go down in history as legends.
They should, absolutely.
They should make movies about these guys.
It's an incredible story.
Oh my gosh. So did he say anything about seeing his wife and mother-in-law there?
No. If he did, I didn't read anything in the reports that I read or the
I
documentary.
Pray to God that he went in a different entrance, didn't see them. They were somewhere else.
Yeah. And that information is probably out there somewhere, but not in any of the reports I saw.
Yeah.
So after the arrests, they got to learn who these guys were. Edward Deli was 21.
What a baby.
And he was previously charged with arson. Vaughn Taylor was 25 and previously charged with aggravated burglary. The two of them were in a halfway house where they met.
Oh, Lord.
On December 22nd, the two of them were sent on a supervised outing.
Oh, not this whole chestnut again.
When they took the opportunity to escape, they got away and they stole 2 guns and hiked and hitchhiked east through the mountains. Taylor had family that owned a cabin in the area, and so they spent several days on the mountain breaking into a number of empty cabins. I don't know if they were trying to find the family cabin or where in proximity it was, but if they even
just trying
stayed
to
there.
get stuff for their journey.
Right.
That's what I was going to ask is like, how do they make it to this remote cabin?
Just hiking through the snow, I guess.
Stumbled upon it.
Yeah. Going from cabin to cabin, trying to loot like it's The Walking Dead or something.
Yeah.
When they came across the Tiede family cabin, the door was unlocked and they helped themselves to the food in the kitchen and the wrapped Christmas presents. And they waited for the family to return.
Did they do this to anybody else though? Like,
no, so the idea is that the other cabins, they didn't seem like anybody was going to be coming soon.
Okay, so there was like nobody there, and this looked like,
somebody had
like they
somebody had just been there, and they would be coming back. They could get the car. So
that
surely
just
they would have
like such a reach, don't you think? Like, oh, we'll wait for them to come back, and we're just going to kill them and take their car.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
It seems like they would have just hurried up and got out of there because people were about to come home.
Well, these guys, I guess, were getting a little bored.
The violence.
Yeah. They're evil.
Wow. The escalation, I maybe they just got to a point where they're like, we have nothing to lose. Like,
yeah, let's have some fun, I guess. I don't know.
Lord.
But one of the most significant pieces of evidence was a video camera. Inside of the video camera was a videotape.
Oh, I don't say.
Audio and video of the suspects opening the Tiede family's Christmas gifts. Like they're just sitting on the...
Were they recording themselves doing this?
Yes.
What a couple of losers.
Yes. So... as unsettling as it is to see the video, Deli picks up the video camera and records as Taylor's opening the gifts. I mean, just so leisurely, like he's slumped back on the couch, just opening, and then he shows the camera what it is.
That makes me feel sick.
Yeah. But y'all, this Vaughn Taylor guy, he has a resemblance to Marv Merchants. The wet bandits from Home Alone. Yes. I'm telling you, the first thought when I saw his face was Marv.
Oh man.
Maybe it was the crazy frizzy hair.
Yeah.
But
was he tall and skinny?
Lanky, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did he have an iron print on his face? I wish.
Yeah, I'll put it there. It was also reported that Taylor called a friend and told him that they planned to shoot some people.
Jesus Lord.
I guess it was, I don't know.
Wow. This just feels like, it's almost like they could have been responsible for other murders because this just feels like so, let's just wait for them to get home and we'll kill them.
Yeah. Like so brazen. So not a thought.
Cavalier.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what it is. There's no thought about it. Just like, yeah, let's do that.
They probably, they have a car.
We'll kill them. We'll take their car and get out of here.
Ooh.
Lene, Trisha, and Rolf were all able to testify at the trials. They each had to hold the gun that killed their family in order to demonstrate the events of the day.
Surely.
Yeah.
You could have given him a water gun to reenact that.
Lene had mentioned how difficult it was for her to hold that.
Oh my gosh.
But they also knew that
they're going to nail him. Yeah.
Yeah. Vaughn Taylor chose to plead guilty.
Well,
to 2 counts of aggravated murder on May 2nd of 1991 in exchange for the remaining lesser charges against him to be dropped.
Well, I was about to say, what about the attempted murder charge? They dropped that, I guess.
That and arson, I think, was one. I don't know. There was like 3 others. So, but it really didn't matter because on May 22nd of 1991, the jury unanimously, that's a hard word to say, recommended the death penalty.
Excellent.
At that time, death row inmates in Utah were allowed to choose either firing squad or lethal injection. I know.
I know what I'd choose.
Yeah, he preferred to be executed by lethal injection.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
As of today, he still is sitting on death row.
Oh, clenching his butt cheeks.
Awaiting.
So they didn't take the
execution.
death penalty off the table.
They did not.
In exchange for his plea.
They did not. All he cared about was the lesser charges being taken off. Weird, huh?
What a douche.
So eventually, I think it was in 2020, someone in office, I didn't put this in my notes because, someone in office made it to where his sentence for death row was reduced and gave him life in prison.
Okay, so they commuted it to life?
Yeah. And so then, but a few years later, someone else new came into office and now
like,
he's,
no.
Yeah, they changed it back to death row.
Oh my gosh. See, and isn't that the thing though, is they could be on death row all day long, but
right.
Kenneth McDuff was on death row.
Yeah, I know. So,
and he got out.
I know.
Lord. Okay, what about the other guy?
So Edward Deli, he pleaded not guilty and he went to trial before the jury.
Okay, was his trial afterwards? I'm sorry about all the questions. I'm just thinking this guy is.
It was the same month.
Time.
Yeah, because I'll give
so
you the
it hadn't
date
been
here.
adjudicated and he didn't see the result. So he didn't see what the other guy had gotten.
So I think his defense was he's not the one that shot anybody. It was all Vaughn Taylor.
Sure.
And so he thought he could just put it all on him. But hello, doofus.
Yeah.
You have 3 people right here telling everybody what happened. And you were part of
about
it, buddy.
The survivors. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I think he was shocked to see Rolf still alive and walk into.
Can you imagine being like, oh, we totally killed you though and set you on fire.
Right.
That must have been. Oh.
So ballistic experts testified also that the bullets recovered at the scene showed that the victims had been shot with 2 guns. And
there you go.
The 3 witnesses there said, yeah, he was holding that one of those guns. On May 14th of 1991, the jury found Edward Deli guilty of second-degree murder.
Okay.
And he was given life. So if we want to get into it just a little bit, after they failed to reach a unanimous vote to convict Deli of aggravated murder, which is punishable by death, 11 out of the 12 jurors agreed that Deli was guilty of first-degree murder, but the 12th and final juror refused to find Deli guilty as charged.
Interested in that.
Yeah. So to avoid the possibility of a hung jury and mistrial, the jury chose to convict him of the lesser charge.
Wow.
Thus getting life instead of death.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did that juror explain themselves?
I'm sure they did. I didn't get into it.
That's just, you have to be pretty passionate and resolute in your beliefs to go against 11 other people.
Right. That's a good point. One of them, I think it was Von Taylor, has appealed a lot of times, and one of his appeal notes is that he didn't get a fair trial because of the majority of the jury was Mormon.
Okay.
And I'm like,
how could you know that?
Yeah, I don't know. Anything to try to.
I mean, what?
I mean, if anything, a Mormon would help you.
It feels like they would be against the death penalty.
Right. So I don't know. I don't know.
It feels like they got someone on this jury that was dead against the death penalty.
Yeah.
And they were not going to convict that person. They were not going to send someone.
Yeah, if they weren't sure that he was the one that pulled the trigger, even though you've got.
Or just at all. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
And I feel like maybe the state should have looked into that a little bit more because, they do voir dire. And during that time, they're asking jurors when they're doing jury selection, they're asking them these questions because when you have a death penalty case on the table, you don't want a juror that's, against it if you're the state. I mean, maybe they got... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the jurors' comments or anything.
That's really interesting. It's not like modern day where we're like, we hunt the jurors down and we're like, tell us everything.
The next day after the sentence, they're like on some podcast talking about it. Yeah. But back to the victims. I didn't want to get into all them.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Potts. Beth Potts was laid to rest 3 days after Christmas. She was born on August 20th of 1914.
Wow.
In Manti, Utah. She married Claude Eugene Tidwell of Moroni, Utah on February 14th, Valentine's Day of 1936. And he ended up passing away from an automobile accident.
Oh, no.
She later married William Clifford Potts on November 5th of 1971. They were married for 12 years until he passed away from a motor vehicle accident as well.
Stop.
I know. My heart hurts.
Oh, that makes me feel sick.
This was the same accident in which she lost her eyesight. Remember earlier I said she was handicapped?
Yes.
She lost eyesight and much of her mobility.
Was she fully blind?
All I read was that she lost eyesight. I didn't see I didn't read if she could see anything or I don't know.
Didn't you say she was driving a snowmobile?
She wasn't driving.
She was riding on it.
Lene was.
Okay.
Yeah, Lene was driving.
Oh, Lord. That's...
Miss Potts was a member of the LDS Church. Lene's memory of her Grams is that she had lots of energy.
Aww.
She didn't let her handicap stop her. She had lots of energy and she was fun, vivacious, energetic, and a happy grandma. She was full of life. Kaye Tiede was laid to rest on the same day as her mother. She was born January 16th of 1941 in Ely, Nevada, to Claude and Beth. She married Rolf Tiede on May 24th of 1963 in Salt Lake City. She was a member of the LDS Church, and she and her family lived in Humble, Texas, near Houston. Kaye was known as an extremely devoted mother who would give up anything for her children.
Aww.
Trisha remembers her mother as being the perfect friend. She never passed a judgment on anyone.
Wow.
She was always loving and willing to open up her home to anyone.
That's why she was like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'll give you whatever you want. Like, I really will.
Yeah. And she meant it.
Yeah.
So after the fire, Rolf rebuilt the cabin. And
bless him.
He made it better than it was before.
Oh my gosh.
And they even commented, like, you took our mom, you took our Grams.
You think you're going to take this from us?
You're not taking this. They still go to the cabin and enjoy it with family and friends. Rolf, he was born on September 29th of 1939 in Edelach, Germany.
I was going to ask if he was German.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He immigrated to the U.S. with his mother in 1950. He owned and operated Skyline Equipment Incorporated since 1969. And he ended up passing away in 2008 due to cancer.
Rolf.
Yeah, and his family was at his bedside.
Oh, Lord.
And just one last little tidbit. Claudia, Lene and Trisha's aunt, she wrote a book called Murder, Death, and Rebirth. It's about how she personally coped with the murders of her mother and sister. But yeah, they truly sound like a beautiful, loving family.
So I guess Randy was the mom's brother, right?
Rolf's brother.
Oh, it was Rolf's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because
that's how they explained it in all of the reports and a documentary that I saw.
Okay. So I wasn't sure. I just heard Rolf and I was like, oh, that sounds German. And then I heard Randy and I was like, oh, that sounds, Texan.
Yeah, I don't know. It says they were brothers. I'm not sure how because I think Randy has a different last name.
Okay.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, whoa. You're like, I'm on my way. I've got my story ready. And I just did not expect any of this.
No, I've been wanting to do this case for a while. But I mean, Trisha and Lene, they're just beautiful people.
Wow. Amazing. How old was Lene at
20.
the time?
She was 20. Trisha was 16.
These girls are like amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
They just knew exactly what to do and what they had to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I wonder, I'm thinking of Kaye. You said Kaye was by herself, right?
On the snowmobile?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she came in with Beth into the cabin.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. I just cannot believe the evil in this world. This is just someone happens upon your cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Something I did forget to say was that, when was it? 2000 something? It was 2000 something. Edward Deli wrote a letter to Lene and he, I guess, apologizing, asking for forgiveness, saying that, he was young and he's not that evil man anymore. Like he was changed. And she said it took her a while, but she ended up responding to him and she forgave him.
Okay. Why her and not the other sister?
I wondered that too. And maybe he did write her and Trisha didn't want to talk about it. I don't know, honestly. And
he's the one who was the secondary figure.
Supposedly. Yeah.
And he was the one that didn't really want to shoot, right?
As they were telling the story, I think I pieced that together. Yes. And, but Lene also was the first one to enter the cabin that they encountered. So
that's right.
I don't know if that's why he chose her or if he did send letters to anybody else. But Lene did say it took her a long time, but she did respond to him.
I would have just pooped in an envelope and sent that.
Candace.
That's what I would have done.
Gross.
Yeah, it is gross, but that's what he gets.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
she's bigger than me. She's better than me. And wow, those girls, Uncle Randy.
I know.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. It was like they were on a military mission almost.
This feels like a movie. Have they not made, have they made a movie of this?
I don't know.
This is, well, thank God there were survivors. Mm-hmm. I fully expected you to say that everyone was just going to die. Mm. The girls' quick thinking and cleverness.
And the determination of their dad. That just...
Oh my gosh. I'm amazed. Yeah. I'm in awe of them. Thank you for telling their story. That was great. Let's do it again sometime.
Let's do it.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening to Cousins on Crime. If you're enjoying the show, please rate and review wherever you listen, and consider joining our Patreon for bonus episodes every month.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook for case photos and to stay up to date with the latest C-on-C news. If you have a case suggestion or just want to tell us how cool we are, email us at cousinsoncrime@gmail.com.